everyone, welcome to Bikini Design Club. On today's short video, let me introduce you to another pattern alteration I did for the underwire snowflake bikini pattern. So let me show you all the alterations that I did for the snowflake. This is, if you can imagine, this is the snowflake altered. I also did this one. And I also did this one. Okay, so I've done another pattern alterations all from snowflake, and this is the result. I'm gonna show you inside. First, this one. So you can see here that we have the upper cup, which I have transformed in one upper cup, but with this one separate. So I had to completely transform the cups for the pattern. I also did 3 different cups here, and then this one that comes from the lower cup to the upper cup. So you can see that now I have a 4 pieces cup, which is completely different because snowflake has 3 pattern pieces. And so actually, of course, I have here a lot of mistakes. For instance, this finish is very, very bad, at least I think it is. I have included a bone on the side seam. I actually don't have side seam, but I know where it is, so I placed a bone here to help me stabilize the bikini. And I can tell you that I've already used it at the beach and it perfectly works. It's very beautiful. What I did is I remade the cups for the inside, for the foam, but then on the outside, I used the top edge and just created a rush effect on the lower part here, and that's it. And it really, really looks good. This is about an alteration I really like. But then I wanted to do something different. Instead of using the balconette wire, which is the one that we used for the snowflake, and I used here, I wanted to use a short wire. So it's a wire that it's not so long, it's a little bit shorter on the middle pattern here. And so what I did was I retraced the entire pattern so that I could have this. You can see here that I have the 3 original cups for snowflake. However, the upper cup is completely changed. Completely not, but a little bit, it has a change. I'm gonna show you. On the inside, you can also see the foam cups, so you can see more or less the shape of the upper cup, which is different. The finish is not perfect again. I need to improve the way that I've redesigned the pattern on the center part here. This is not by any means perfect, so I need to improve this. And on this one, it really fits me well, but I didn't include any side seam with boning, okay? But it looks very, very nice, I think. And finally, when I did this one, this is a very tricky fabric. It's very different from this one. This one I got at Spoonflower when they still had a factory in Germany, and it stretches less and it's more stiff. It's very good. It's perfect for activewear, and for this was perfect. This one, this lycra is very, very soft. It's a Brazilian lycra, so it's I cannot explain you except that it's very soft. It's very comfortable. I love the shine and I love everything, but it's very hard to sew on my sewing machine. This stitch that you see here, it's an elastic stitch that my machine has, which is like triple stitch, so it keeps the elasticity if I want, despite here I don't need, but I wanted to have this contrast effect between the fabric and the threads, so I used yellow with the blue. This one is different from this one because this was the second one I did. The finishes are a little bit better here on the middle. Nevertheless, it's not perfect yet. The foam cups is the same. Now I included boning here on both sides. I sewed this on the wrong way, so this should be outside, but I know you do mistakes and you learn. And on this one, I covered the seams for the foam, but on this one and this one I didn't, so that's an option. And then I have a back closure. This also fits very good. I'm gonna take some pictures and I'm gonna pop up so that you can see, okay? Now let me just show you the pattern alterations, just so that you can at least see more or less what I've done. So I can tell you that I did a lot of alterations, a lot of versions. So I have everything stored here. I started, oh, this is actually for this one. You see, I have this, and then a round shape here that was rushed, and I created this one. This is actually interesting. But I was not going to show you this one. I was going to show you, this is the Snowflake original. This is many versions I did until I got the final one, which is this one. So let me show you the final one. So this is fabric, this is foam, this is the back, this is fabric, this is foam, and the final one was this one. I think, I'm not sure anymore. No, it's this one. Okay, so it's this one. I need to label it properly. So as you can see, there are a lot of changes if you compare to the original pattern. These two are exactly the same, this and of course the foam. This is the lower cups, but the upper cup, I've changed it. It's different from the original. We have here the original. So if I put it here, you will see that it's different, right? Because I had to, everything starts, when you do underwires, everything starts with the cradle, so the area where you will include your wire. And so everything started there. I drafted, this is one of the versions. I drafted the wire. I did a wire spray, because when you design this, you need to account for a wire spray. Which is like when it stretches a little bit of like 1 centimeter that goes outwards. So I took that into consideration when I drafted the cradle for the new wire. The new wire is the short wire. It's a 38 from 𝗣𝘗𝗍, and I retraced. So my new cradle is now completely different from Snowflake, and it was drawn starting with the wire and then doing the rest. And that's how I got to this version here. Okay, this is the cradle, my final cradle. I included seam allowance so that I could fold and include the elastic for swimwear. I did the seam allowances as I wanted. This is where I think I still have a problem to solve in this area here, which is, sorry, not this one. In this area here, I need to figure out a way to remake my pattern, because this is not perfect at all. But nevertheless, let me show you what I did. I created this piece, which is the bridge that connects both sides of our pattern. So this is the bridge. I have the new upper cup, sorry. Oh, what? Foam. Hello, found it. So the pattern piece is here. So you can see that it's different from the original cup, but on a later video, if you really comment on this one, and if you really need to and you want to, I will do a video on how to do this alteration. It's not a beginner alteration. It's you must already know how to sew underwear with underwire, so it's not like a triangle for a beginner, okay? But it's nevertheless, I think it's a very interesting alteration from a balconette to a short wire. The neckline, as you saw in the pictures, it's very beautiful. This here in the middle, I really love how it fits. And this is only to show you that it's possible with a well-fitted pattern like Snowflake to do so many alterations regarding the cups that you can do everything you want. What I do always is I sew foam cups for the Snowflake, then I cut the foam. Once the cup is done, I cut to do whatever number of pieces I want, the new ones, and from there I can have new cups. Okay, so it's not that hard. It just needs a little bit of an explanation. And of course, this is the back, that if you align here and overlap the seam allowances, it's very smooth, the connection between the front and the back, so the side is very nice and neat. And of course, from this I did the foam patterns, and this is the new pattern which I'm really loving. That's it for today. Bye, girls.